The Alpha King circled me, and I shivered when I felt his nose on my skin. He was inhaling my scent like a drug he was addicted to. His finger reached under my chin and tilted my head up. His eyes showed shock. I could tell he was startled but kept his composure. "What's your name?" His voice was calm. Adira Wade," I stammered. My heart still pounding in my chest. Everyone in here could hear it if I could. "You're extremely gorgeous, really beautiful," he said. My cheeks flushed. I never thought of myself as extremely beautiful as he put it. I felt ordinary. I was thin and not curvy like other girls. His fingers caressed my cheek. "Why haven't you shifted yet?" I don't know, sir." My voice was alien to my ears. Most of my peers shifted at age 18, but I didn't. "How old are you, Adira?" My heartbeat was irregular. I loved how my name sounded on his lips. 20 years old, I murmured. My voice was so low, but he heard. "Are you scared of me?" he asked. I didn't answer his question. Who wouldn't be scared of this dominating figure? He had a fearful reputation, and I was still stunned by this information. He sighed and went back to his seat. He called me to the high table. He frowned when I was hesitant, and he growled, making everyone uneasy with his dark aura. I didn't want to anger him, so I did slowly, and surprisingly, he pulled me to his lap, placing a kiss on my shoulder. The crowd was shocked. My gaze was lowered to the ground, and I heard his cold voice. "It's rude to cast your gaze down in front of so many people. Face your subjects." My queen. My gaze first went to my Alpha and Beta. Their gaze was icy, and it made me feel like I did something wrong. Grayson was just livid. He was gripping a table knife so tightly that his hand was white, and the Steven girls just looked terrified. I smirked inwardly. I was the Alpha King's mate, and no one can treat me like shit again, at least not these incompetent buffoons. The party continued with just one hand gesture from the king, and the drop-dead silence was filled with chattering. "Tell me about yourself, mate," he asked. "There's nothing to tell, my king." "There's always something. I'm an orphan, and I went to community college. I have a diploma in teaching, and I'm a pack fighter. I used to help train the young ones." I tried to make my words clear and loud for him to hear. I was still frightened of him. "That's impressive. Do you have any relatives?" he asked, and I nodded. "I have a brother, Lucas. He's 12 years old, and I'm the one taking care of him," I told him. Lucas was my cousin, but his mother died in childbirth, hence my parents adopted him since we didn't know his real father's identity. He urged me to eat, and only did I realize I didn't eat since last night. I picked up the closest fruit in front of me, a pear. They were my favorites. I took a bite of it, while he watched me. I wanted so much to get off his lap. It was so embarrassing in front of everyone, but his hold around me told me he won't let me get up. "What is your name?" I asked, and he chuckled. "I'm Wyatt McMillan." His name was nice, and it suited him. His fingers were gently caressing my arm, helping me feel at ease. "Is he our mate?" I asked my inner wolf, Kira. She was also confused, as we have not shifted yet, and we can only truly know that for sure when I shift for the first time. Let's wait for the blue moon. But I can feel the faint sparks. The blue moon is when shifters find their fated mate. Yeah, me too. The party continued, and I was tired. At this point, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I leaned against him as darkness enveloped me.